I knew two friends, let's call them Maria and Daria. Now, Daria loved visiting Maria. Maria's house was always clean and cozy, and it always smelled like freshly baked pies. And the tea at Maria's was better than Daria's, she'd never had such delicious tea anywhere else. That's why Daria always came to visit Maria empty-handed, since she didn't have such delicious tea or pies like Maria did. And Maria was a good listener, which Daria really appreciated. Daria would pour out all her sorrows, all her grievances, and always mention how she never had enough money. And Maria would always give her pies and tea to take home. Let her have delicious tea and fresh pastries at home too, it's no trouble for a friend. Right? But one day, Maria's husband fell ill, and she spent all her savings on medicine. When Daria came by, there was no delicious tea or a single piece of pie in Maria's house. And do you know what Daria did then? She got offended at Maria. How could she call herself a friend if she couldn't even offer her anything? That's not a friend, that's a heartless stone. Daria had so many problems she wanted to share with Maria, but Maria didn't even sit her at the table. So, what was the point of visiting Maria if she wasn't welcome? Daria stopped visiting Maria. Until better times. Maybe when Maria's husband recovered, there would be delicious tea, pies, and time for Daria again. Then she would surely come. But for now, Daria didn't need such a friend, until better times. But Maria understood everything and wasn't upset at all. She devoted all her time to her husband, and soon he got back on his feet. Then their daughter got engaged and introduced her chosen one to her parents. The young man turned out to be very good, smart, and kind. Maria and her husband were happy their daughter made such a good choice. Now Maria had a new friend, her son-in-law's aunt. They found a lot in common, often met, and went to exhibitions and other events. When Maria had a granddaughter, they both helped the young family with the baby. And once again, Maria's house smelled of pies, echoed with children's laughter, and was filled with joy. Daria realized her mistake, but by then she was completely alone. Her husband left her for another woman, and her children grew up and flew away from the parental nest. She had no more friends. She wanted to renew her friendship with Maria, but it didn't work out. Maria was happy without Daria, she had people to make delicious tea and treats for, and she had someone to spend her time on. On herself, her family, and her relatives who always needed her, even if she had nothing to give them tomorrow, they still needed her. Why did this happen? Because for Maria, family and family values were most important. She loved her husband, her daughter, and her other relatives. She tried to be a good hostess, took care of her home. But Daria loved only herself. Her husband couldn't stand her indifference, and her home was always empty and unwelcoming. He found another place where he felt warmth, and eventually the children didn't want to return to their parental home, because it didn't really exist. As the saying goes, we get what we are ready to give in return. In return for love, we receive love, in return for care, we receive care, in return for gratitude, we receive gratitude. And we don't need to wait for better times to express our love and care, to repay with gratitude. The best times have already come, they are always with us. We just need to believe in it. Believe in